What do you
Section
mean?
5 of the Public Order Act, you are causing me alarm, harassment and distress. Now go away.
I don't need to go away. I'm asking you. I'm asking.
Are you detaining me? Are you detaining me?
Not yet.
Not yet, not at all. Get out of here.
You can't.
Get out of here.
police
So
cars.
you touch me and that's an assault. Of course I can do what I want.
Sir,
Don't,
please
just
stop.
go away from me.
Sir, I'm asking you
Shut
nicely
up.
to stop.
I don't care if
recording.
you're asking me lightly, and I
Okay.
won't stop recording.
Then,
no.
Then tell me why you recording.
No, I'm not going to tell you nothing.
Why are you recording?
Stop recording.
Hey, that's an assault.
Stop recording. You're under
That's
arrest.
assault.
Stop
Under
recording.
arrest for
Stop.
what?
Stop.
Under-
Give me your hands.
Oh,
Give me
hold
that.
on a second. Hold on a second.
Can you come
Go on.
Welcome back to Operation Audit, where we expose misconduct, examine police and legal encounters, defend the public's rights, and hold those in authority to account. Today's case comes to us courtesy of Yardley Ski Auditing, so if you'd like to see more of their work, you'll find a link in the description below. In this episode, Yardley Ski heads to Colindale Police Station with the simple intention of submitting a complaint. But before he even gets the chance, the situation takes an unexpected turn. While standing outside the station, he's confronted by two off-duty officers who object to him recording in public. They repeatedly question him, demanding information he's under no obligation to provide. As the exchange intensifies, one officer moves uncomfortably close, invading his personal space, while the other takes things even further by involving on-duty colleagues before allegedly turning physical, swatting his camera aside and twisting his arm. What begins as a routine visit to a police station soon develops into a troubling encounter marked by intimidation and an apparent misuse of authority.
So what's your name?
Just one
What are you doing here?
of them days.
What kind of days?
Just one of
Okay.
them days.
What are you doing here, sir? What are you doing here, please? Sir, what are you doing here?
Why are you recording police cars leaving the station? Are you planning something? I'm gonna go leave my bag.
Sir, what's your name?
Just one of
What's your last name?
them days.
And what are you doing here?
Just one of them days.
Can I get anyone to speak to? Do you need to speak with anyone in particular? Are you after someone at the police station?
Listen,
I'm
who
listening.
are you?
Police officers.
Who are you?
Police officers.
And who are you?
What is that? What's that?
It's a
Where's
badge.
yours? I know it's a badge. What does it say?
We've
Tell me
asked
what
you-
it
we've
says.
asked you-
Tell me,
no,
who are
we've
you?
asked
Who are you?
We've asked
Don't
you
come
for
up
your
to me.
name.
Don't come up to me
We've
because
asked-
I will defend
Stop.
myself. Move away from me.
Why are you
Move
pushing
away
me?
from me.
Why are you
Because you're
pushing
too
me?
close. You're in my space.
Why
Now
are you-
move
Stop recording,
away.
sir.
I will tell you one more time. Move away from
It
me.
sounds like you're being threatened.
Move
sir.
away. You, section 5. That's what you're doing. You are threatening, alarming and distressing me. So go away.
What are you doing?
Do you
sir?
understand? Do you understand?
understand.
Move away.
I don't need
Move
to
away. Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You're in my space. Move away.
Right from the beginning of the encounter, the officer's approach shifts away from routine questioning and into clear intimidation. Rather than accepting that the auditor is free to remain silent, he grows increasingly irritated, repeatedly pressing for answers while closing the distance between them. Without any apparent grounds to stop or detain him, the officer moves directly into the auditor's personal space, creating an atmosphere that feels more about pressure than communication. Even after being asked to step back, he refuses, leaving the auditor to create space himself. The situation becomes even more concerning when the officer immediately portrays himself as the aggrieved party, claiming the auditor's actions were threatening despite having initiated the confrontation. It follows a familiar pattern in which an unnecessary escalation is triggered, only for the narrative to be reversed in an apparent attempt to justify what comes next. The conduct also raises serious concerns under Section 5 of the Public Order Act 1986, which makes it an offense to engage in threatening, abusive, or disorderly behavior that is likely to cause harassment, alarm, or distress. By persistently invading the auditor's personal space, provoking the encounter, and refusing repeated requests to back away. The officer's own behavior appears to reflect the very standards that legislation is intended to address.
Move away. Move away from me.
Sir, what are you
Move
doing
away
here?
from me.
What are you doing
Move
here?
away from me.
Sir, I'm asking you
Move
kindly.
away from me. Listen,
asking
and I'm
you
telling
kindly,
you to
what are you
move
doing in
away
front of the
from
police
me.
station?
Move away from me.
Sir, what are you
Move
doing here?
away.
I'm not going to move. I'm in front of the police station. I'm in
I
a
don't
public
care.
space.
Yeah,
I
you're in
do
my
not-
space.
No, I'm
you've
in a
walked
public
You've
domain.
walked right up to me. You've walked
I'm
right.
asking you.
Yeah.
I'm
How would you like
asking
if I walked right up into your face?
You can walk up.
Yeah.
There you go.
And what?
There you go. What's your name,
Fools,
sir?
Go away.
What's your name?
Go away.
What are you doing
Go
here?
away. Look
Why
at
are you
you.
recording
Look
these
at you.
vehicles?
Look at you.
Sir,
Don't step close to me.
As the confrontation continues, the auditor repeatedly asks the officer to give him some space, yet the officer keeps advancing instead of stepping back. Attempting to defend his behavior, he states, "I'm in front of the police station. I'm in a public space." In doing so, he inadvertently undermines his own position. By relying on the fact that the area is public to justify where he's standing, he's acknowledging the very principle that also allows the auditor to be there with a camera. If occupying a public place is a sufficient reason for the officer's presence, the same logic applies equally to the person filming. The contradiction is difficult to ignore. The officer appears willing to rely on the freedoms that come with being in a public space when they suit him, yet challenges those same freedoms when someone else exercises them. The disagreement isn't really about standing outside the station at all. Instead, it centers on the fact that the auditor is recording, and rather than recognizing that he lacks the authority to prevent it, the officer's response increasingly relies on pressure, inconsistency, and intimidation.
Don't
Sir.
step close. Don't step close. Don't step close
sir,
to
stop
me.
pushing me.
Listen, don't step close to me.
I'm not stepping
You
close to you. I'm
are.
asking
You're
you a
on
question.
camera.
I'm
You're on
asking you
camera.
a
Stop
question.
lying.
I'm asking you a question.
Don't step
What
close
are you
to me.
doing
Who
here?
are you?
My name's Stefan Estars. I'm a police officer.
Get your warrant card out and show me.
I have done that already.
Show me again. I didn't see
I
it. You
don't-
was too close to me.
Well, I've showed you
No,
already.
you didn't move. You didn't.
Yes, I did.
You're
I
recording
don't
it.
care.
We're not
Yes, I
going to
did.
allow you to record our
Oh, well, go away then.
No, you don't.
The exchange becomes even more significant when the discussion turns to the officer's identity. Under Section 2 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act 1984, commonly known as PACE, an officer exercising police powers during a stop is required to identify themselves by providing their name, the police station they are attached to, and, if they are not in uniform, producing their warrant card. Although the officer insists that he has already complied with those requirements, the law also expects that the person involved has a reasonable opportunity to confirm that identification. The auditor explains that the officer had moved so close that he was unable to properly view the warrant card, making his request to see it again entirely understandable. Rather than briefly displaying it for a second time and bringing the issue to an end, the officer refuses. That decision inevitably raises further questions because a simple second presentation of the warrant card could have resolved the matter within seconds. Instead, the refusal adds to the growing tension and weakens confidence in the transparency expected of police officers. Accountability depends on openness and professionalism, yet the handling of this situation gives the impression of unnecessary confrontation instead of straightforward cooperation.
Go away from
I'm
me.
not
Why-
going
why are you
anywhere.
recording? Why are you here?
Don't ask me questions.
Are you well, sir?
Don't ask
Are
me
you
questions.
mentally
Don't
unwell?
ask me questions. I said go away. You're harassing me now.
I'm
Are
not
you
harassing you. I'm
Section
asking
5, you're harassing me. You're causing me
asking you a
alarm
simple
and
question.
distress. Now go away.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm asking a simple
You're sorry to
question.
hear that. So you
Yes.
like committing offences, do you?
I'm not committing any
Yes, you are.
offences.
You've stepped right in front of me. You're causing me a Section 5,
What's a Section
a
5?
Public Order Act.
The encounter then takes another surprising turn when it becomes apparent that the officer appears unfamiliar with Section 5 of the Public Order Act, one of the most commonly referenced provisions dealing with public order offenses. Section 5 concerns threatening, abusive, or disorderly behavior that is capable of causing harassment, alarm, or distress. And it is legislation frequently encountered in situations involving public confrontations or disputes. Given how regularly officers are expected to deal with incidents of this nature, the apparent uncertainty over such a well-known provision inevitably raises questions. If the officer is genuinely unclear about legislation that is routinely associated with public order policing, it is likely to prompt concerns about the level of training, knowledge, and professional competence expected when exercising police authority during encounters with members of the public.
What do you
Section
mean?
5 of the Public Order Act. You are causing me alarm, harassment and distress. Now go away.
I don't need to
can't
go
let
away. I'm
you-
asking
we
you.
can't
I'm
let
asking
you-
you.
Are you
what
detaining
doing.
me? Are you detaining me?
Not yet.
Not yet. Not at all. Get out of here.
You can't
Get
record
out of here.
police
So
cars.
you touch
can't
me and
do
that's
that.
an assault. Of course I can do what I want.
Sir,
Don't,
please
just
stop.
go away from me.
I'm asking you
Shut up.
nicely to stop
I don't care if
recording.
you're asking me nicely, and I
Okay.
won't stop recording.
Then,
No.
Then tell me why you're recording.
No, I'm not going to tell you nothing.
Why are you recording?
Stop recording.
Hey, that's an assault.
Stop recording. You
That's assault. Under arrest for what?
Give me your hands.
Oh,
Give me
hold
that.
on a second. Hold on a second.
What follows marks a significant escalation. The officer uses physical force against an individual who, at that point, is not alleged to have committed any offense, has not been warned that any crime is taking place, and is simply filming from a public location. Under Section 3 of the Criminal Law Act 1967, officers may only use force where it is necessary, reasonable, and proportionate for the prevention of crime or in carrying out a lawful detention. Based on the circumstances presented here, the auditor had not been accused of committing an offense, nor had he been given any lawful direction requiring him to stop recording. Striking the camera away and twisting his arm therefore raises serious concerns about whether the force used was justified. It also potentially falls within the definition of common assault under Section 39 of the Criminal Justice Act 1988, as unlawful physical contact without consent can amount to an assault. Questions also arise over the legality of the arrest itself. Section 24 of PACE requires an arrest to be both necessary and proportionate, with the officer making clear the offense for which the person is being arrested. In this encounter, the auditor does not appear to be committing an identifiable offense, and no clear lawful basis for the arrest is immediately communicated. If those circumstances are established, the detention could amount to false imprisonment, opening the possibility of legal action against the police. After the incident, Yardley Ski later explains what occurred during the moments when his camera had been taken following the physical confrontation. Once he regains possession of it, he resumes recording and continues documenting everything that unfolds.
You know what? She just assaulted me. You're probably assaulted me.
What's happening?
It's on camera. It's okay. It's on camera.
My camera was snatched from the tripod and the filming was stopped. If you could hear, the female plainclothes police officer said you are under arrest. I did not know why she decided to arrest me, but I know she had assaulted me by twisting my arm behind my back. She was the one that also grabbed the phone from the tripod. I was then held again with my hands behind my back by the two officers who had exited the car. About 5 other officers came out and stood in front of me. I was held like this for about 5 minutes. During this time there was a big huddle and many officers were saying, "He's an auditor." One even said to me, "I know you. You're Yardley Ski, I recognise your voice." It was after about 5 minutes I was handed back my phone by one of the officers. I then switched it back on and started to film.
We're Johnny Town, we just got flagged down by them as we were driving in.
Back inside, please.
Thank you.
Continue as you were. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Right. I don't know what's happened.
Okay.
So, my name is Sergeant Robertson.
Yep.
I'm currently the section sergeant responsible for the emergency response team at this current time.
Okay.
I was aware that you wished to make a complaint. You've been asked to wait inside the front office until one of the public access officers could speak to you and arrange whatever you needed to be done and dealt with. And if you needed to speak to a sergeant for that to be done.
Okay.
I understand something since has happened. I don't really know what. I'm trying to ascertain what has happened.
Okay.
Okay, but I can see the officers that were initially involved from CID are no longer here.
Okay.
So I need to find out who they are and what their account is.
The situation takes another important turn when the sergeant confirms that the officers involved were attached to CID. Detectives working within the Criminal Investigation Department typically deal with investigations into offenses such as fraud, serious assaults, drug-related crime, and other major criminal matters. Although they are usually dressed in plain clothes, they possess the same police powers as uniformed officers and remain subject to exactly the same legal obligations. That includes complying with PACE, following the Police Code of Ethics, and ensuring any use of force is lawful, necessary, and proportionate. Holding the role of a CID officer does not place anyone beyond those standards or exempt them from accountability. According to the account presented in the video, the officers left the scene after the alleged assault and detention. A sequence of events that inevitably raises further questions about their conduct and whether they recognize that the situation had gone too far. Rather than reflecting professional policing, the incident is portrayed as an apparent misuse of authority that deserves careful scrutiny.
If I can ask you to wait back in the front office at this moment in time, I will try to find someone to come and promptly deal with your complaint, as I believe it is.
No,
and
that's
manage
a
that.
separate complaint.
Okay.
I want them to. No, I need them two to be charged.
So if you wish for them to be a further complaint to be made, that can be done and dealt with. But I need the time to identify who they were and what's happened.
Okay, so
I've
let me
literally just come down to find out.
So let me just say this, Sergeant. I've just been stood there
Yeah.
with my hands behind my back.
Okay.
Yeah. Technically under arrest.
Okay.
Yeah.
As in, have you been told you are under arrest?
I'm sure that's what the woman said. Yeah.
Which woman, sorry?
The one that assaulted me.
CID or
I don't know where she is. She was in. She was plain clothes. Right. I'm sure that's what she said. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been held by 2 police officers. Because if I wasn't under arrest or detained, either one of them, then they'd have had no right to. One second. Yeah. I would have had no right for them to be holding on to me, first and foremost, because that would have been an assault, because I wouldn't have been detained and I wouldn't have been under arrest. So therefore, somebody's assaulted me if that's not the case, right? Firstly. Secondly, I want to know why everybody's disappeared and nobody's telling me with a bit of paper who these people were. Because the guys that was holding me didn't identify themselves. The 2 that went off, I think the woman identified herself initially in the beginning, yeah? I can't remember what her name is, probably on thing, but the guy didn't. He said he's not going to identify something like that. And so I don't know who they are. Okay. So I need some paperwork.
So this bit of paper
No, don't worry about this bit of paper. This has got nothing to do with this particular thing. This is my initial complaint, yeah? Okay. So I had business to be near. First and foremost, let me just say that. They came out and they was asking me, what am I doing filming? I'm in a public place, I can film. I don't need, right, and I don't need to answer them. I don't need to account for myself being here to them who I don't know who they are, in plainclothes people. They could be random people, right? They could be random people. Secondly, the guy, yeah, stood up to me, and I'm just going to step towards you, Sergeant. This is not in an aggressive manner, yeah? We're standing quite a distance from each other, yeah? This guy kept on standing up to me this close, and it's on my film, and if not closer. Yeah, we're the same.
So you felt it provocative?
No, he caused me to be alarmed, harassed and distressed. Not only did he cause that, I told him, yeah, that is what he's doing.
You will have this on your recording.
It will be on my recording.
Are you happy to provide that, for that to be reviewed?
Only if they're getting charged.
Well, a sergeant would need to review that prior to. We can't just charge someone without evidence, as I'm sure you can understand.
All right.
That would be.
I'll provide it via Axon.
That's fine.
Yeah,
we can send you that
send me an Axon. I'll
that can be reviewed, and a decision can be made if there was any unlawful use of force or anything that needs to be dealt with.
Yeah.
I can't deal with that right now.
I know you can't.
Okay, but I'm trying to assist.
But
you
I need to know who they are.
If you can just step back inside to the station office, I will. As I said, I've not been here when they're here. I need to go back in and find out who they are. That's a reasonable thing, if you can understand.
Once an officer tells someone they are under arrest, the law requires a number of procedural safeguards to be followed. Section 28 of PACE makes it clear that the person must be informed they are under arrest and be told the grounds for that arrest at the time it takes place. In addition, Section 24 of PACE requires that any arrest must be both necessary and proportionate in the circumstances. According to the events shown here, the auditor is allegedly subjected to physical force, informed that he is under arrest, and then appears to be left without the normal arrest process continuing. That sequence raises significant legal questions. If an individual is placed under arrest but is not properly dealt with afterwards, the lawfulness of the detention itself inevitably comes into focus. It also gives rise to potential concerns about false imprisonment, which occurs when someone is deprived of their liberty without lawful authority. If the officer declared an arrest only to walk away without completing the required procedures or providing a lawful basis for the detention, it leaves the impression that the auditor was restrained without proper legal justification. The situation becomes even more troubling when considering that the officers never properly identified themselves while exercising police powers. As a result, the auditor was left in the position of being detained without having clear confirmation of exactly who was detaining him. When officers rely on their legal powers, transparency is a fundamental part of the process, ensuring the person involved understands who is acting against them and under what authority. According to the events presented here, those basic safeguards do not appear to have been followed. Instead, force was used and an arrest was declared without first ensuring the auditor had a clear understanding of who the officers were or the legal basis for what was happening. An encounter carried out in that manner raises serious concerns about procedural compliance and accountability. Situations where individuals are detained by officers whose identities have not been properly established, and without an immediately clear explanation for the detention, inevitably undermine public confidence and reinforce why openness and transparency remain essential principles of modern policing. The auditor then reminds the sergeant of a simple but important fact. He was standing in a public place where he was fully entitled to record. The sergeant immediately agrees, acknowledging that filming in public is lawful. That brief exchange highlights a much bigger issue. If a supervising officer has no difficulty recognizing that recording in a public place is perfectly legal, why did the two officers who confronted the auditor behave as though it wasn't? The situation points to two troubling possibilities. Either the officers genuinely misunderstood the law surrounding public photography, suggesting a serious gap in training, or they were fully aware that no offense was being committed and chose to challenge and intimidate the auditor regardless. Neither explanation reflects well on professional policing. To illustrate what had happened, the auditor recreates the encounter for the sergeant, deliberately stepping closer while making it clear he wasn't acting aggressively. He explains that the officer repeatedly stood almost face to face with him, invading his personal space to a degree that left him feeling alarmed, harassed, and distressed. Even during this calm demonstration, the sergeant appears visibly uncomfortable despite knowing there was no hostility behind it. If a senior officer reacts that way after only a brief recreation, it gives some indication of how intimidating the original encounter may have felt when it was carried out by an officer exercising authority. The auditor also points out that he made his concerns clear at the time, explicitly telling the officer that his behavior was causing him harassment, alarm, and distress. Rather than recognizing those concerns and creating some distance, the officer continued with the same conduct, allowing the confrontation to escalate further. 11. This response raises further questions. While not every interaction automatically requires a CAD reference, incidents involving complaints against police officers, the use of force, or allegations of assault are typically expected to be formally recorded. In this case, the encounter involved physical force, an attempted arrest, and serious claims of misconduct, making the absence of a CAD log appear highly unusual. According to the College of Policing's guidance on incident recording, reportable incidents, particularly those involving complaints, use of force, or allegations of misconduct, should be properly documented. Against that background, the sergeant's suggestion that the matter could be dealt with internally rather than generating a CAD reference inevitably raises concerns about openness and accountability. Proper record keeping is a key safeguard for both the public and the police, helping to ensure that serious allegations can be independently reviewed and that there is a clear audit trail of what occurred. If complaints of this nature are handled without transparent documentation, public confidence in the process is likely to be undermined. If you found this breakdown informative, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss future audits. Share this video with others who care about police accountability and transparency, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.
And then I'll come down and make sure that you provided those details, and that a sergeant comes
And
down
some paperwork.
Yeah, if you require paperwork, you'll be provided with that.
Yeah, I need
Even
paper.
if it's as basic as who those officers' details
Well, I need a cab number at least, because the cab
Well,
would have been.
won't be created on this circumstance because
Why not?
it's not a call to police. It's something that's happened in the front office, so we don't need a cab number. It can be managed by us on our systems. So if there's anything, if we put on like a crime report or an intelligence report, then you can be provided with that reference.
Okay.
Okay. And then you've always got that point of contact.
Okay.
And if you record a complaint, you'll get a complaint reference. Okay.
A complaint won't be recorded until after a civil action.
Well, regardless.
But I want a criminal action against these two.
Yeah, as I said, that
I'm not going to go in there and film if anybody's in that lobby.
The moment the off-duty CID officers confronted the auditor, it was clear they had no legitimate reason to challenge him. Instead of respecting his right to film in public, they escalated the situation through intimidation, invading his personal space, pressing him for answers he didn't have to give, and ultimately assaulting him by smacking his camera away and twisting his arm. Worse still, one officer declared he was under arrest without stating a legal reason to make matters worse. The officers failed to identify themselves properly, a basic requirement under Section 2 of PACE, and then disappeared from the scene without taking any accountability. This wasn't just a bad interaction, it was a serious failure of police professionalism. This raises an important question: if the auditor hadn't recorded this, how easily could this have been covered up? This episode highlights a serious lack of accountability within policing, and now that this footage exists, the question is, will the officers responsible face consequences? Or will this just be another case of police misconduct ignored? That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me continue with my independent coverage. Also, don't forget to check out Yardley Ski Auditing. His channel is linked in the description. Show him some love. Thanks for watching. This was Rate the Audit, and I'll see you in the next one.